You know that phrase, I knew I should have listened, I knew I should have trusted my gut? Well, we all get that. And why don't we listen to our gut? Well, sometimes we're just lazy or it takes too much, but it could be disastrous if we don't listen to our gut. So, I had this one time that's amazing. I did listen to my gut. I woke up on a Friday morning and I heard a voice in my head, and you all know I do hear voices in my head. And I'll tell you the story in a second. But by the way, I'm Joan of Angels, Dr. Joan Hangarter. I teach people how to listen to your intuition, how to live your soul purpose. And you can find me at joanofangels.com and love, like, and share this. Okay. So it was a Friday morning. I'm laying in bed and I'm just meditating on the day. You know how that is. And I hear a voice. It says, Joan, you better clean up your room. A man is coming. And I went, what? So guys, yes, I was living alone in the desert, and that would have been an unusual occurrence, right? So just out of nowhere, a man is coming to the house. You better clean up your bedroom. And it kind of worried me because it's like, well, who, what, where, and when? I wasn't dating anyone. So the voice continued, don't worry about it. It's not like a sexual kind of thing. You're not going to have to worry about that. But a man's coming, clean up your room. Now, I could have discounted that, guys, because it was random, really random. But during the day, it kind of nagged me, and around 2 or 3, I cleaned up the room. I made it nice and pretty. I put candles out, and it felt clear. I got rid of, a lot of clutter. So 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I get a Facebook message. Joan, and it was this particular person that a few months before had expressed interest in hosting a show for me, an art show on his very beautiful estate. And of course I had said yes. And so he said to me in this message, could I come and see your gallery? See your artwork. So of course I said yes, even though by now it's like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then the next text is, well, he was on his way to see his daughter. And then the third text is, well, rather than stay at Two Bunch Palms, you're on the way. Could I stay at your house? So I agreed to all of this. And sure enough, he showed up at the house. And sure enough, it turned out to be kind of the way my guides had unfolded it. And he left the next morning. It was amazing. But had I not listened to that very bizarre message, who would listen to that, right? Had I not listened to that very bizarre message, my room would have been a mess. Now, I have a guest room, so don't worry about that. But I would have been embarrassed. I would have had to shut off half the house. This way, it was sort of different. So that was one occasion where I actually listened to that message, which was off the wall. One was another time I didn't listen. Well, some of you may have heard the story about my tax returns, but it's important. A boy said, do not put those tax returns in your trunk. They will blow away. And I said, that is crazy. Bottom line, I did not listen to the voice. I did put the tax returns in the trunk. It was a rental car. Stopped short at a light. Trunk flew open, tax returns flew away, never saw them again. And 3 days later, I get a phone call from someone who worked for the LA Public Works Department who had my daughter's tax returns. So in that case, it was so off the wall that I didn't listen. And a third time where I was involved in an investment, I put in $55,000 down payment. And my gut started burning and burning and burning. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I started sweating in a cold sweat. And I finally made that move to get my money back right in the nick of time. Thank God I did, because this was in 2008, right before the market crashed. So what's the bottom line? Your intuition is your alarm system. It's your guidance system. It is your compass. It will tell you if you are in the right direction. But we are trained to not listen. We're trained by society. you know, who would expect out of the blue to hear a voice that comes true, right? So we're trained not to listen. We're trained to listen to other people rather than ourselves. And sometimes the messages we get can save our life, but they just seem random. So that's what I teach. I teach you how to listen, get that message, and understand and really pay attention to how you hear it, because it is really important, and I've had to learn by the fire. So guys, I'm Joan of Angels. Check it out, joanofangels.com. You'll see some classes there on intuition, and please love, share, and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.